Alright, Likutei Halacha, Sircha Bichis Hashachar, Halacha Hey, we hold him in Siman Tzadik Dalet, 94. And being, we said that Kanos is a b'china, an aspect of tzedakah, a b'china of nedarim, of a neder, because a kanos is something that you're not ordered to do, but you accept it upon yourself. And there's an union of enmoyinkin, and the union of that if a kanoi would come to a Rav and ask a shadow, the Rav would tell him no, don't do it. There's an Indian that a person, there's sometimes a place for vigilanteism of this kind of sort. And when to do it or not to do it is not something that can possibly be told to anybody. Okay, in case A, B, or D, or C, then you do your own private justice, and you can't do this. This is the en morinkin. But you cannot talk about this because en morinkin. In other words, it has to remain in the level of niflos, of pella, of wonderment, of mystery. It says, "Valkem atchilim b'Yom Kippur kol nidre." Yom Kippur, when you want to do tshuva, you start from kol nidre. All the vows. It says, "Ki'ikar tshuva nimshach misham." The main tshuva comes from there. The b'chinas nedorim v'torasam. Of making vows and letting them go. Va'ikar b'koyach hatzadikayim ze b'chinas Moshe. The main Torah of the nedorim is with the koyach of the tzaddik b'chinas Moshe. The main damage caused by the sins that the person does, that he damaged that elusive, unfathomable place of neder and shvur. All the mitzvahs of Torah we received on a very, very elemental level of consciousness, which is Bris and Shavuot. As Chazal said, the time that Am Yisrael came to receive the Torah, they had the bechira to accept it, not to accept it, obviously. So really, the truth is, Umas Olam didn't want to accept it. Chazal said, there's no Chesed Lomai. It says, from here you'll learn that HaKadosh Baruch Hu brought the Torah, took the Torah everywhere, all around, over the ground. They asked him, what's written in it? So he told them that what's written in it is the one thing that they were hung up on doing. So he says, no thank you. And the question is, according to what he's saying here, it is very good. Because you can say, HaKadosh Baruch Hu showed the Torah to all the goyim, ask them the way that they want it. And they asked, what is written in it? So, he said to Adam, so you should not kill. Adam, live in your sword, what are you talking about? He goes to Ishmael, he says, Lo Yisinav. This is what they're all about. What they're all about. Remind you, the way that you know how, what is the one thing that is really in their hearts. You see what is the most popular thing that they rile against. In Edom, they say Rachmanis and justice and don't abuse, whatever. That's because they're achzorius, they're roitzim. And by the Ishmaelim, they talk about tznius and the women all covered up, whatever it is. But the thing is that anybody who ever worked with Arabs, between them, they talk about nothing but znos. Nothing. There's totally just that. The one thing that they put about, we are against this, it's exactly what they want. It's exactly their vice. They're like choice succulent piece of food. This is it. Kodesh Baruch Hu went into each Ummah and said Dafka this, because the main Kabbalah Torah is in of Neder, and the in of Neder is to be Mekabel yourself, because you want to stay away from the one thing that you can't do, that you can't withstand, you cannot fight off. That's why you make the door, because you want to be parish. To make a neder, to make the neder on something that you don't even want to do, what's the chacham, what's the main thing is that take that one thing that you really want to do, and you want to lay off it because the Kodesh Baruch Hu says no, and you make a neder. So Mimela, when he brought the Torah is B'chinas Nedora Meshvuos, as he's saying over here, it's obvious that the only thing that would make sense to show them the one thing that they didn't want to give up. Because they have to go to beyond this, but they wanted to receive it at the level of the sechel. I understand, okay, I want to do it, it's the right thing to do, it's not the right thing to do, should be like this, should be like that, whatever it is, Okay, then I get it, but you're talking about the thing that I really want? No way, sir. So they didn't want to receive it. This is the Bechina of Neder. They received from themselves without any forcing. This is the essence of a vow, that the person wants to behave, beprecious before it's being ordered. But the minute they already received it, they came inside in of Neder Shvuah with the Shem Yisborach Shemachayim, then you have to keep it. When a person blemishes, and he's over on a mitzvah, the Iker Gam is in the in of Neder Shvuah, which is the root of the Torah. It says an Iker, and the main thing is that I'm seeing this a longish. This I'll take a little bit more. Because the main root of the Bechira comes from the union of Osif Moshe Yom Echad Medaitei. When a Kodesh Baruch Hu wanted to give the Torah, he said to Moshe Rabbeinu, today and tomorrow, call the people to Har Sinai, today and tomorrow, to 3 days, today and tomorrow, whatever, and put the people in Har Sinai. So that's 2 days. He says afterwards, and after 3 days, Moshe Rabbeinu brought everybody to Har Sinai, and this is when Hashem came down. So he said, but Hashem told him 2 days. How come they came there 3 days? And Hashem came down on the 3rd day, not the 2nd day. So what gives? Where does this extra day come from? So Chazal said that Moshe Hoisif Yom Echad Midaitei. Moshe added 1 day from his own cheshbon. What was his cheshbon? HaKadosh Baruch Hu told him, Hayom v'mocher. Today and tomorrow. So Moshe made the cheshbon. What tomorrow has the evening and the day, in the day. Today also has to have the evening and the morning and the day. But you can't, because the evening was already yesterday. So he said, so that means I need 2 days that include the evening and the day. So that's the 3rd day. It's a day plus 2 days. That was an arbitrary, that was a decision Moshe Rabbeinu made on his own. And Taka, you see, Hashem agreed with him. He came down on the 3rd day. Rabbeinu says that was the Bechira of Moshe Rabbeinu. Because Moshe Rabbeinu saw Kadosh Baruch Hu face to face. What kind of Bechira can he have not to do what Hashem wants? I mean, it's from all the people in the world. From all the people in the world. So Rabbeinu says about this particular Nakuda that was the time of Moshe Rabbeinu. Yeah, because the people said to Moshe Rabbeinu, if you remember the message that happened before Matan Torah. So the people said to Moshe Rabbeinu, go, you go, you hear what he says, you come and tell us, we are not. Moshe Rabbeinu says, he comes to Kodesh Baruch Hu. Kodesh Baruch Hu tells him, go tell the people to stay away from the mountain, not to go up, and whatever it is. Then he says again, so that Moshe says to Kodesh Baruch Hu, the Divrei Am, the people say. So Rabbeinu says, when did they say this extra thing? We didn't find it. It doesn't say that Moshe Rabbeinu went back and he talked to them again. They told him, he goes on to Kodesh Baruch Hu. He's standing by Kodesh Baruch Hu. Kodesh Baruch Hu says, we'll go down, warn them off. Moshe Rabbeinu says, don't worry about it. They can't get up because I already warned them. And then he says, Moshe Rabbeinu told the Kodesh Baruch Hu, he asked the Kodesh Baruch Hu what the people said. We didn't find that he said anything, that they said anything beyond what he said. So the Rebbe said that as follows. What the people really told Moshe Rabbeinu was, they told him, we can't hear what the Kodesh Baruch Hu says straight. Because once you hear from a Kodesh Baruch Hu, you have to do it. You hear from Kodesh Baruch Hu himself, you got to do it. You can't not do it. There's no Bechira anymore. You're hearing from Kodesh Baruch Hu himself. So you go, you listen to him, you come tell us. Okay, now it comes to us via messenger. This is a place that you leave us some wiggle room. So when HaKadosh Baruch Hu told them, Moshe Rabbeinu told HaKadosh Baruch Hu what the people said about himself. Okay, fine. What about me? I have no Bechira. Then Moshe Rabbeinu said to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Divrei Am, what the people say about himself. That's what HaKadosh Baruch Hu told them. Go today and tomorrow. This is when he told them for 2 days, and Moshe Rabbeinu added another third day. That was the Bechira of Moshe Rabbeinu. To add another day because he thought so. Hashem will continue this tomorrow.